Hi there, welcome to this webinar looking at what supported lying might look like. So everybody that knows me knows that I'm obsessed with the way that people lie down. My name is Sarah Clayton and I work at Simple Stuff Works. So the way we lie is the way we sit. The way we sit often dictates what we can do, how we feel, what we can enjoy, and the extent to which we can participate. So it doesn't matter what aspect of life you are keen on. Kind of communication might be your thing, and sitting might be your thing, and whatever is your thing, football might be your thing, and who knows. The way that you lie is important. The way that somebody lies with disability is really important. So what we're going to look at is what supported lying might look like in supine, and we'll do another session looking at what supported lying might look like in side lying, but supine is the least destructive of the different positions if the person's well supported. So let's take a quick look. Right then, this is our second go at this, because we've had people, haven't we, pottering around the house. So we've shut the door and we've told all the people to go away. So hopefully this one will work. Now, Nell's going to help us to have a look and see what would happen if we were trying to make a destructive position, a position that was going to cause us problems over the long term, a little bit more supportive. So first thing to do, if you've got daylight, particularly thinking about people's legs, if you've got daylight, you need to plug the gaps. So horseshoe pillow underneath Nell's bum, and we bring it right up so that what we're able to do is we can secure a pelvis as well. We can then, so if you just relax your legs a little bit for me, Poppet. Now, it might be that if there was still a gap, as there was then, and I've just told Nell to relax her legs, it could be that the person that you're working with can't just relax their legs. So it may be that underneath the horseshoe pillow, you also have a pillow, because what you're thinking to do is, if the person can't get to the support, you bring the support up to the person. And what I've done now is beautifully, I have loaded Nell's heels. So if I don't watch out, I'm going to cause her a big problem. So what I'm going to do, well trained, I'm just going to use a little sausage pillow. Could be a rolled up towel, could be all sorts of different things. Next thing to do is, I don't want to leave Nell's feet to be dropping forward like that. So I use a couple of lateral supports underneath in order to support her feet. If the foot of the bed was just here, what I might do is get a pillow, wedge it against the foot of the bed, and then I can use the pillow in order to support her feet. Now I'll come up towards her trunk, and I've got some wedges, but you may have some towels, or you could have some little weighted wheat germ bags, things like that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to support Nell's chest. So there we go, got one there, and I've got one there. Now, normally what we would do is we would put all of this underneath a very, very stretchy sheet, because what we want to do is we want to have the support stay in place. And if Nell has a bit of a wriggle, then she's going to be out of this in 2 minutes. And there's two different schools of thought around that. Not two different schools of thought. There are two different things you need to consider. Firstly, is the person getting into trying to get towards their old position, the destructive position? Are they doing that because they have had enough of the position that you have, the positioning that you've adopted? And absolutely 100% of the time, if they've had enough, then we take it out and we go back to the person's usual position, because these are big changes for people. The other thing that you need to think about is, am I trying this positioning when the telly's also on? And am I trying it when my brother's just gone outside and I know that he's going to go on the Xbox and I want to go on the Xbox as well? Or am I doing this at a time of day? I mean, quite obviously it's a beautiful day here. Am I doing this at a time of day where I wouldn't expect to be in bed? So I want to be downstairs, and there's loads of different things that we need to think about. But always thinking that there's no fixed time that somebody has to be in this position. We're not posture police. We are people who are interested in trying to make somebody comfortable. So the person will tell you whether or not they've had enough, and it's up to us to listen as to whether the person says, I've had enough now, thank you very much, or I've got other stuff to do. I don't fancy being here, which is frankly Nell's point of view at the moment, because she has other stuff to do. But she's stuck with me, probably for weeks. No, you don't. No. Golden. Right. So that's just one idea. So what you're thinking about is, how can I immerse this person in support? So a bed is a barren wasteland of support, a flat bed for somebody who doesn't necessarily know where they are in space, for somebody who needs feedback, tactile feedback to know where they are. A flat bed is really a really challenging place to be. So we need to be thinking, how do I talk to children all the time about that we're going to make the bed give you a cuddle. It's going to be a cuddly bed. And or we talk about with very little ones, we might talk about creating a nest. So just how do we make a bed immersive? If there's daylight between the person and the bed, that's generally not a very good thing. It means that the person's body is going to drop down to the support. You need to bring the support up to the person. Another really helpful thing to do is to, if you need an idea about how much support you need underneath the person's legs, if you put your hand underneath the person's lower back and then raise their legs up, what will happen, what you'll feel is that as you raise the person's legs up, you'll feel that their lower back comes in more and more and more contact. And it's not unusual to have to really lift a person's legs in order to get that good contact. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for good contact underneath the person. So one theory, if you like, it's not a theory, but sometimes people think, if that's a knee rather than an elbow, sometimes people think, I want the person to be nice and straight like that. They want them extended during the nighttime or when they're lying down, because in the daytime they're always sitting like this. So they're flexed in the day. I want them extended at night. So actually, we all sleep flexed. Every single one of us sleeps in flexed positions, but they're relaxed flexed positions. So what we need to do is flexion's normal for sleeping. We need to have supported flexion. And actually, if you don't allow enough flexion at the hip and the knee, all that happens is that the movement actually will come from the pelvis. So if the more you drop somebody's legs down towards extension at the knee, sometimes if you're feeling underneath their lower back, you'll feel that their lower back comes up, and that's because the movement's coming from the pelvis, not from the not from the legs. So we need to bring the legs up in order to rock the pelvis back and to get really good contact behind. But there are loads and loads and loads of tips and ways in which we can help. So please do get in touch. For an appointment for nighttime positioning, get in touch with Steve for an assessment. So if you're a therapist or a parent, you want an assessment, or you want an assessment for yourself, please get in touch with Steve. If you need any support around training, or it's a very specific query, get in touch with me. I'm at training@simplestuffworks.co.uk. For a far quicker response, I've been saying my email has gone feral. I have no clue what's in there anymore, and I'm at that stage where I don't even want to look. But I'm on Twitter all the time. So if you want a quick response from me, please get in touch with @Postural Care. And sorry about the motorbikes that are going past. I hope that was helpful. We've more to come. So please do get in touch if we can help. All right, take care. Bye.